What's going on, guys? Today I'm excited to walk you through my updated desk setup for 2025. While my previous setup served its purpose well, I've upgraded to a couple of premium accessories that have truly transformed both the functionality and comfort of my workspace. From an adjustable standing desk, an ergonomic chair, to several premium desk accessories, every addition serves a purpose. Let me show you how these upgrades have created a more productive and comfortable environment for getting work done. Starting off with the foundation of the setup is the desk itself. I kept the same Salgin countertop from IKEA, coming in the oak finish. I know a lot of people prefer the Carby countertop in walnut for a moodier look, but I like the warm and cozy feel that the oak finish gives off. I also like the length of the countertop as well, coming in at 74 inches. That gives me plenty of room on my desk for my tech and accessories. The width, on the other hand, does feel a bit short at just a little over 25 inches. In my opinion, 72 by 30 inches is the ideal desktop, and maybe I'll switch out this countertop at some point. But for now, this is more than enough for me. Moving on to the desk legs, I previously used the Alex drawer along with the mid-back trestle from IKEA as my desk legs. Since then, I decided to go with a pair of E7 motorized legs in white from FlexiSpot. Since I'm adding the E7 motorized desk legs to my current countertop, instead of going with one from FlexiSpot, I don't have any of the pre-drill holes that you would find with one of FlexiSpot's desktops. So I laid out my new legs on the countertop and measured each side to make sure that the legs were laid out evenly. Then, after measuring twice, I drilled the legs directly into the countertop. While I had the desk upside down on the floor, I took the time to install this cable management tray I found on Amazon, so that this time around I can actually cable manage my setup. My previous setup had no cable management whatsoever, and it drove me a little crazy. So I wanted to make sure I got it done this time around. I also picked up some Velcro straps to help secure and route the cables and make everything look neater. To finish up the cable management, I picked up this magnetic vertical cable management channel to route the power cord coming from the surge protectors in the cable management tray, down the E7 legs, and into the wall outlet to keep the setup tidy. I also added a couple of drawer inserts to my Alex drawers from IKEA to keep at least the top two drawers organized and tidy as well. The rest of the drawers, well, let's say they're a bit of an organized chaos at the moment. And to finish up the desk, I added these lockable caster wheels to make it easier to move the desk around if I wanted to rearrange the layout of my home studio later on. Moving on to the essential tech I have on my desk, let's start with the heart of the setup, my 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro. Yeah, that's right. The M1 Max MacBook Pro is still powering and running my whole desk setup without much, if any, problems at all. Apple is now on their M4 chips, and while the M1 Max chip is no longer the latest and greatest, it still gets the job done. I have the MacBook Pro connected to Ivanki's Fusion Dock Max 1, which connects all my tech and peripherals together. This is not only a stylish looking dock, but it's also very powerful as well. I'll link my review of the Fusion Dock Max 1 here and down in the description as well. The monitor I'm using is the tried and tested 32-inch LG Ultrafine Ergo display. It's a great display for content creation and productivity. It's color accurate, and at 32 inches, the display gives plenty of on-screen real estate to work on multiple tasks at once. But I'm starting to feel like this display is a bit dated and lacking some modern features like a brighter display or a higher refresh rate, to name a few. So if you have any suggestions on which monitor I should check out next, comment them down below. Since I was already updating my desk setup, I took the opportunity to update my monitor arm as well. After searching online for a decent budget option, I landed on this heavy-duty monitor arm from Vivo in white. I wanted a monitor arm with a smaller footprint than the Ergo display arm that came with my 32-inch LG monitor. That way I can make more room on the desk for other accessories. Putting this monitor arm together was pretty straightforward and provided me with the same amount, if not more, adjustability than my previous monitor arm. But the real reason I got this monitor arm was in the hopes that one of the amazing companies that makes monitors will be more inclined to send me one to review. But moving on from the monitor, another desk essential is a good pair of speakers. The speakers I have sitting on my desk are the Mackie CR5X's. which were gifted to me by a fellow creator. These speakers pack a serious punch with awesome sound that fills the room, but they don't match the aesthetics I'm going for, so I decided to replace them with these new speakers, the Audioengine A2 Pluses. I picked these speakers up in the gloss white finish, and while they are a bit smaller than the CR5s, they definitely fit the look I'm going for with my setup. These speakers deliver amazing crystal clear audio quality, but they don't get nearly as loud as the CR5s did, nor do they deliver the same amount of bass either. Regardless, they are still a good pair of desktop speakers. I placed these speakers on speaker stands from Kanto, which angle the speakers upwards and help them deliver a better overall listening experience. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying the video or it's giving you ideas for your own desk setup, why not hit the like and subscribe buttons down below? It really goes a long way towards helping out the channel. It's okay, I'll wait. Are you done? Oh, okay, great, thanks. Let's get back to the video. No desk setup is complete without some desk accessories, and some of the most common accessories you'll find on most desk setups are a monitor stand, a desk mat, and a charger. Last year I picked up a large monitor stand from Aothea off of Amazon, and while it served its purpose, it never really completed the look and feel I pictured in my mind. Don't get me wrong, it's a great budget monitor stand, but the finish didn't really match the oak desktop, and I wanted a stand with shelves as well. After spending countless hours on Amazon, Etsy, and other websites, I kept coming back to the same desk shelf over and over again. So I bit the bullet and ordered this desk shelf from Grovemade in the matte white finish. Putting the desk shelf together was easy, and once I placed it on my desk, I knew this was the one. The material and craftsmanship was league ahead of the previous monitor stand, and gave my desk setup that premium look and feel I wanted. Then I shifted my attention to the desk mat, which I also bought off of Amazon. It's a light gray felt mat that not only gave my peripherals a home on the desk, but also promoted that warm cozy feeling as well. I wanted to elevate my desk mat to the next level, so I picked up this Orbitkey desk mat in the stone finish. It's made from premium vegan leather that's durable and water repellent, which makes it easier to keep clean. I also like how the stone finish looks against the oak desktop, giving off that premium look while still being warm and inviting. At the top of the mat, it has a small tray that you can use to place your pens or pencils and keep your workspace nice and organized. It also comes with this magnetic cable holder that helps you hold and route cables on your desk. I use it to hold a USB-C cable that charges my wireless keyboard and mouse. Underneath the top layer of the desk mat, you'll find a felt layer that you can use to keep paperwork neatly tucked away instead of just thrown all over your desk. This is an amazing and functional desk mat, and it's no wonder you find it on countless desk setups. Finally, I picked up this Anker 2-in-1 charging stand to replace the 3-in-1 I currently have. I know what you're thinking. He went from a 3-in-1 to a 2-in-1 charger? Yes, I did. For a couple of specific reasons. The first being, this 2-in-1 charger looks more premium than the one I currently have, improving the overall appeal of the desk. Secondly, since this is a Qi 2 certified charger, it provides faster charging speeds for my iPhone, providing up to 15 watts of fast charging. Finally, I don't really need the Apple Watch charger anymore at my desk since I've upgraded to the Apple Watch Ultra 2. This watch is simply amazing. I really like the rugged premium appeal that the Ultra 2 provides, and on top of that, it takes far longer for this watch to die and actually need to be charged. So I didn't see a need for a 3-in-1 charger at my desk. But I didn't stop just there. With all the tech I'm beginning to accumulate, I'm gonna need a charging station where I can charge multiple devices at once. Enter the Anker 250 watt gang charging station. Not only does this charging station have 4 USB-C ports on the front, but it also has another 2 USB-A ports on the side as well, giving you the ability to charge up to 6 devices at once. Not only that, but it comes with an LCD display that you can use to monitor the charging statuses of your devices. This charging station is packed with a ton of features. Another accessory that will help me be even more productive this year is the Quxu X36 magnetic charging stand for the iPad Pro. Quxu did send out this stand for me to check out, but no money exchanged hands, and my thoughts and experience on this product are my own. I have the stand set up right next to my monitor, giving me the ability to have an additional display to use while at my desk. Thanks to Apple's universal control, I can seamlessly move from my LG display to the iPad, allowing me to use the iPad as a second screen alongside my monitor, or use it to stream some content on the side while keeping my primary task centered on my main display. The X36 is a foldable stand made out of aluminum that looks and feels premium while allowing you to position your iPad in the best position for the task at hand. Not only that, but this stand also charges your iPad as well. Kyushu has several models of this stand on their website depending on your iPad model. I've linked their website in the description below, and thanks again to Kyushu for sending out the stand for me to check out. Rounding off the desk accessories are these coasters I picked up from, you guessed it, IKEA. They're made of cork, allowing me to have a beverage on my desk without worrying about rings being left on my desktop or desk shelf. Moving on to the desk peripherals, I saw no real need or reason to change these up. The Keychron Q1 Max has been my keyboard for quite some time now, and I believe it is one of the best pre-built keyboards out. I made a dedicated video on it that you can check out. I'll link it down below in the description. The Q1 Max is a pleasure to type on, and I love how it sounds when typing on this keyboard. Take a listen. I do want to customize the keyboard a bit now that I'm used to the stock profile. I'm thinking new keycaps and switches. So if you have any recommendations, comment them down below. I also picked up this wooden wrist rest off of Amazon a while back to help me when typing on the Q1 Max. Since the Q1 Max is not only angled but taller than most standard keyboards, I find that a wrist rest is needed to keep my wrist in a good position to type on the Q1 Max comfortably. The mouse I'm using is none other than the productivity king of mice, or mouse, or is it mice? Well, whatever. The Logitech MX Master 3S. I have it in the pale gray finish, which looks great when brand new, but easily and quickly gets a bit worn and dirty. I do my best to keep it clean, but in my humble opinion, this is still the best mouse that you can use for productivity and especially for content creation. Whether it's editing photos or scrubbing through your timeline in your video editor, all the features and customizability found on the MX Master 3S will be hard to beat. So again, this is the combination of keyboard and mouse that I've used, and I see no reason to change out either of them at the moment. Another way of improving your desk setup is with lighting. All too often, the lighting aspect of the desk setup gets forgotten. But the addition of good lighting can greatly improve your desk setup. On the monitor, I have a monitor light bar from Xiaomi, which I use to light up my desk, especially my peripherals. This monitor light bar casts a light down from the monitor without causing any glare, which makes working in low light situations a breeze. The light bar also comes with a small controller you can use to adjust the amount of light coming from the light bar. By turning it counterclockwise, you dim the light, or clockwise to increase it. You can also press down on the controller and turn it to adjust the temperature of the light from a cool blue light to a warm yellow light, depending on how you want to use it. Behind the monitor, I have two light bars from Govee that I use to cast a warm glow of light, which I find appealing. But I did find them to be kind of dim and not as color accurate as I would like, but they'll do for now. On the back of the desk, I have a light strip that is also from Govee, which I find to be a bit dim and not as color accurate as well. You can also see some LED light spots when pressed up against the wall. I decided to switch out this light strip for Govee's more premium M1 LED light strip. This LED strip has the most lamp beads on the market. There are 60 LEDs per meter, helping it be one of the brightest and also have a wide range of color as well. I like how much brighter and color accurate the light coming from the back of the desk is now. And with the M1 light strip, you can't see any of the LED hotspots on the wall anymore either, helping to give the desk setup that premium look I'm going for. To the side of the monitor, I have a desk lamp I purchased from IKEA, which I use to shine some warm light down on the side of the desk and give it that warm and inviting feel. To continue adding lighting appeal to the desk setup, I ordered the Govee Glide wall light and put them up on the wall behind the desk setup next to the pegboard. I really like the aesthetics that the Glide lights bring to the setup, and I believe it completes the look I started when I hung up the pegboards. Thankfully, since most of the lights on my setup are from Govee, I can use the Govee app to control most of the desk setup lighting and adjust them accordingly. Now that I have the lighting dialed in, all that's left to complete the desk setup is a bit of decor to add some of my personality. And of course, no YouTube desk setup is complete without a few fake plants from IKEA. So I added a couple of plants here and there to give the illusion of greenery and life to the setup. After that, I decided to relocate my Star Wars Tech Funko Pop from the desk shelf to this new shelf I picked up from IKEA for the Scatterboard system. It's a new shelf that has an open design, which in my opinion is better off for showing items on your pegboard. I also picked up another Funko Pop of my favorite basketball player, Jayson Tatum, and placed it alongside the Tech Funko Pop on the new shelf. On a side note, why do so many people hate on my guy? He led his team in points, rebounds, and assists in the NBA Finals last year, and some say that still wasn't enough. And don't even get me started on the benching throughout most of the Olympics either. That was just crazy. Crazy. But I digress. Another addition to the pegboard is this on-air LED sign I hung up to add a bit of character to the setup when I'm recording in front of the desk. I also picked up these Scatterboard clips, which I'm using to hold up this Father's Day card I got from my kids last year, which I like to keep out to look at and for motivation. I really like how just a couple additions to the pegboard allow me to further customize my setup and really make it my own. But one of my favorite new additions this time has to be this Gear 5 Luffy figurine. I pushed out the Alex drawer from underneath the desk and put it off to the side to increase the desk space. I then decided to put the Gear 5 Luffy on it, but it felt like it was still missing something. I picked up this Blastberg desk lamp from IKEA and placed it behind the Luffy figurine, and I love how it turned out. Luffy might just be my favorite anime character of all time. The last thing I want to go over in my new desk setup is the emphasis I put on the overall comfort and ergonomics of the setup. I went with a sit-stand desk so that I can dial in my exact sitting height. That way, I would not only be comfortable, but ergonomic as well. The older I get, the more conscious of my overall health I become. And since so many have said it's beneficial to have a standing desk so you can switch between working, sitting down, or standing up, this upgrade was a no-brainer. I got rid of the basic chair I've been using for the last couple years and picked up this ergonomic chair from SiHoo, the Doro C300. It's not only a stylish looking chair, but it's very ergonomic as well with a ton of adjustability. I won't go into too much details here on my thoughts and experience with this chair, as I'm saving that for a future dedicated video. But so far, this is the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in and owned. And the cherry on top is actually this memory foam angled height adjustable footrest. It was a last minute purchase on Black Friday last year, and let me tell you, it was well worth it. The previous footrest I had, I actually picked up from the kids section in IKEA. And while it got the job done, this footrest from Kingston with its adjustability is just amazing. It really is the smaller things in life that matter. I'm thrilled with how my updated desk setup turned out. It's gone from a budget setup to a more premium setup that I can truly be proud of. Having a bunch of premium desk accessories that not only elevates the desk setup, but also makes it even more functional is a game changer. On top of all that, this is by far the most ergonomic desk setup I've ever sat at, let alone owned. All these changes have me excited to sit or stand and work at my desk setup once again. Hopefully, you've not only liked this video, but it's also giving you some ideas for your future desk setup as well. I've linked all the items in this video down below. Those are affiliate links, which if used, will help the channel without costing you nothing. Thanks in advance. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.